Hi, everyone. Welcome to Before the Fork, the 28-day experience. This is day 17 and the evening message. I hope everyone had a great day. As always, on Friday nights, I'm getting ready to go tailgate for the final football season of the Spartan and of me as a high school football mom. This is Rowdy's senior year. So we're actually playing a team that has been flown in from Colorado. So this should be a pretty good game tonight. The message that I want to bring to you tonight is a message that is grounded in attitude. Hi, Kim. It's all about your attitude dictating your altitude. And sometimes there's areas of our lives that we are unaware of the crummy attitude that we bring into the situation. And, I have several examples of this. One example is a young friend of mine is married, and he is just in a marriage. It's relatively new marriage, and the situation is not incredibly healthy. And the attitude that his partner brings into any situation, whether it's preparing dinner or packing to go to a football game or grocery shopping, the attitude is one of being put out and frustrated and just another burden, another one of life's burdens. And this attitude, even though the work is getting done, the attitude in which it's getting done through is so toxic that it's really, my young friend is really struggling to come to peace with that. And if there's things that he can do to repair that. Another attitude lesson that I've had over the last couple of years is with my son Rowdy, and this is a story that I've told before. And Rowdy being one of four boys, everyone has their pecking order, and Rowdy has a tendency to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. So if you say something to him, first thing he does is put his dukes up. He's a little bit defensive, and I really started noticing this. Hi, Tammy. About his 8th grade in junior high. I started noticing that when I picked him up, which, by the way, picking up and taking my children to school in those years was treasured time for me, because I got to pick their brain. I got to hear about their day and see how they recapped their day. That was super valuable time for me as a mom to be with my boys. But I noticed that every day that I would pick Rowdy up, there was another teacher that did something to him, a student that did something to him. Hi, Mom. Just every time that he got in the car after school, he was someone's victim. And that was really weighing heavy on me, because I just thought, he is looking at life through eyes of a victim, and he is manipulating every situation so that he is the victim in the situation. And I knew that I had to do something to nip that. Hi, Peggy. And so what Rowdy and I started doing was, when he would get in the car after school, after football, whatever it was that I was picking him up, I said, I only want the 3 highlights of the day. Tell me 3 things about your day that were fantastic. And so it would train him to start thinking on his way out to the car about 3 areas that were special throughout the day. So it put his day into perspective, so that he wasn't dwelling on the kid that sassed him or the coach that made him run a lap. It put his mind, it's called the reticular activating system. And that's what heightens your senses to your environment. For instance, if you're thinking about getting a red sports car, and then you'll notice that all you can see driving is the same red sports car that you're wanting, it's because it's activated a part in your mind and your brain that has now become heightenedly aware of certain things that it wants you to look for. It's no different. That's what I was doing with Rowdy. I was activating a part of his mind that had been turned off to the joy in every day. And instead, his frustrations had been turned on. So he was going through his day looking to be offended, rather than going through his day looking for the small, insignificant, but so very important blessings that were sprinkled throughout his day. So just that little question of, I want 3 things that, were really special about today, helped Rowdy reroute that thinking and turn on a part of his mind that had gone dormant for way too long. So it's kind of what we do with our nightly journal pages. When we look at our journal pages, and I want you to find 3 areas of your life that you succeeded on the happiness ladder. The success in and of itself is fantastic, but also when it turns on the RAS in your brain, that reticular activated system, when it turns that on, then you go through life, you go through your day looking for the good. So it's just a matter of focus. It's just a matter of the attitude that you bring into your day with you. And these are kind of little neuro hacks. It's all part of the triad of success in this system, in Before the Fork in the system, where we have our spiritual science, our neuroscience, and our behavioral science. This is a neuro hack that can really, really help you to redirect thoughts that are so deeply embedded in your subconscious mind that you don't even know that that's how you're walking through your day, looking to be offended, looking to be shorted on something, looking to have someone take tone with you when they weren't taking tone with you, but you're so focused on it that that's what you see. So it softens the resistance to negativity in your world. It heightens your awareness of the positive in your world, and you can really use that hack to your advantage. You know, I believe it was Zig Ziglar that coined the phrase, your attitude dictates your altitude. It may have been Earl Nightingale, but it was one of those pioneers of the New Thought movement, even back in the 60s, 50s. I think Earl Nightingale was from the 50s and 60s. Marvelous, marvelous teachers, people that I've been turned on to my entire life and got so much wisdom from their words and their motivation. They didn't have all of the ways to measure the success of this type of reprogramming. And today, all of their work that was done on blind faith and feels can now actually be substantiated through all kinds of different things that we can be hooked up to and mind things that can measure our thought patterns. So everything that they said, there's so much steeped truth in it. And if I were better versed on the biblical verses, and I knew them a little bit better, I can almost guarantee you beyond a shadow of a doubt that everything that they spoke to, both were very spiritual men, can be found in the Bible as well. And I wish I had access. I think that might be my next course of study, is to get more familiar with biblical phrases and biblical passages that tie directly into Before the Fork and reprogramming your life and helping you move to the next level. So your attitude dictates your altitude. It's up to you. You are working with a neuro hack. So don't just think it's airy fairy happy thinking. You are actually turning on a center of your brain when you tell it what you want to focus on. That's why that's written on the evening portion of our journal pages. There's a reason, there's a method behind my madness, and it's typically they're going to tie into the spiritual, the neuro, or the behavioral aspects of lifestyle change. So I hope that was helpful to you. Test yourself. Do something really fun tomorrow morning and say, today I'm going to look to find 5 pink cars. Make it crazy. 5 pink cars. And throughout the day, what you'll notice is you've activated that in your mind, and you're going to see 5 Mary Kay pink Cadillacs wherever you are, or whatever it is that you want to say. Maybe you want to say, I want to see 4 Labradoodles out on walks today. Your senses will become heightened. You'll activate the reticular system of your mind, and you will see those Labradoodles out on a walk. I promise you. So it's super effective. I hope you use it. It's a great brain hack to get you to see the positive when you've otherwise been seeing the negative. Pick apart your personality a little bit and see where you could use it, and throw one in there and let me know how it works for you. All right, I am headed to homecoming to cheer on the Spartans. This is going to be a great game. It just had a major rain dump, but the skies are breaking, and it looks like it's going to be a great night. So we're headed out the door. I love you all. Have a super blessed day. And remember that you are always in my thoughts, always in my prayers. And I am cheering you on to the very last day of our 28 days together and past that. So I will talk to y'all later. Have a fantastic day. Thank you, Tammy. We'll talk to y'all in the morning. Bye-bye.